Gabe Davis, welcome to the show. Are we going Gabe? Are
Yep.
we doing Gabriel? Let me get this right. One of the best playoff performers in the game.
We're doing Gabe. Gabe,
Okay.
even though my mom likes Gabriel, we're switching it up this year. So we're going Gabe.
We're switching it up this year. Sounds like we're switching a couple things up this year. You were the explosive free agent du jour. You were the guy, we're going to try to get some info out of you on where you might be going because you are a game changer. You will change the complexion of an offense. Now, I've seen that you've been doing some boxing training this offseason at the Draft Academy. I think you're wearing a hat too, I was told in the break. Let's see your hat. There we go.
Yeah, this is Charles Johnson. He's in the UFC. It's Skullet Gang because he has a
Okay.
bald head, but then he has a like mullet kind of in the back, so he calls it a skullet. So that's his like idea of his brand, which is pretty dope. But I love this hat. It's like all leather, sick. I can work out in a bunch of times and not look like trashy and stuff. So it's a nice thing. But my brother just started fighting about 5 months ago. Just had 2 fights this past weekend. That was sick. Broke his nose, which was dope. And then we work with a lot of UFC guys now since my brother has started fighting. So and that's all thanks to Charles Johnson. I mean, he's the man. He took care of us as soon as we linked up.
Has boxing training always been a thing for you, or is you?
Nah, nah, but I always like loved the UFC, and my brother was doing it, and my brother, trains like 5-6 days a week. So he comes to the our gym sometimes, the Draft Academy. So I just jumped in with him, and I was like, just had a daughter. I'm gonna have to beat somebody up one day, so it's like might as well just get the hands and the legs and the elbows right from when it's time.
For when it's time, it's inevitable. I love that. Your brother Jordan,
Oh, for
congrats
sure.
to him on that first fight and with everything he has going on. Founding the Draft Academy, amazing. Winter Park, Florida. It's a sports performance training center, getting you set. Now, I saw your workout video. It's not just I'm trying to warm you up with this, like, oh, you're boxing, you look pretty healthy, and then I see this. Running routes,
Yeah.
catching passes. How is the knee? 1 to 100. How is the knee?
It's getting there. It's getting there. It's probably like I'd say I'm in the 80s for sure.
Okay.
7.5 months out. I was told 9 to 10 months, whatever. Looking to cut that down. But I'm getting ready. It feels good. I'm happy to be back on the field. Miss it, miss the guys during training camp and miss the grind with the boys. But I've been keeping in touch. So it's been good.
Who have you been keeping in touch with?
Come on, Kay. I can't tell you who I've been keeping
Why
in
not?
touch with.
Why not?
Someone told me about teams. Someone told me about some teams, but I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
we know a couple teams. We know you went and visited the Giants. How was that?
It was great. Chad, Dave, Shay, all those, Joe. I mean, it was awesome going out to New York and seeing those guys and talking with them. Russ, Russ came to dinner. That was dope. Have Russell Wilson there. That was pretty sick.
Hold on.
He's a legend.
Where'd you guys
So
go?
that was fun. I forgot what the place was called. It was good though. It was good. We had a good dinner. Good night. It was a good night for sure. So it was fun.
I am picturing this deep ball leaving Russell Wilson's hands into yours. And I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's me and Russ's game for sure. Definitely deep ball threat, and Russ knows how to sling it downfield. So something that I've looked into for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you visited the Niners. I think the Steelers,
Niners.
Saints have been rumored. I'm sure a lot more teams than that. Those are just the ones that we've been able to sleuth out and squeeze through the internet and through insiders and such. When you're thinking about this next opportunity, you're in a unique situation. Like you're sort of like pacing yourself, seeing how things go, working on yourself to make sure you're the best you can be. What are like the 3 most important things that your next team needs to have or that you're looking for in order? Like the 3 most, like the qualities. I imagine quarterback's one of them.
Well, yeah, for sure. I was blessed to, the 5 years I've been in the NFL to play with, Josh and Trevor. That was awesome. Obviously with my injury, me and Trevor's was short lived, but love that guy. He was, such a great player, a great person, great friend. We still talk to this day. Then obviously I got to play with Josh, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, quarterback's definitely a spot I'm looking at. I just want to go out there and win and be able to help the team the best way I can. Again, like you said, it's a real unique situation. So for me, you know, figuring out a plan when I do decide where I'm going, how it's going to, play out with me playing and when I'm going to play and being able to get back into the playbook and understand it to be able to go out there confident and be the best player I can for my team. I mean, I feel like I take pride in knowing what to do and doing it right. And I feel like, anywhere I go, I'll be able to do that. So just right now, I'm just trying to get healthy, trying to be the player that I know I can be. Back when the last game of the season in Buffalo,
Mhm.
when I partially tore my PCL, that was difficult. Never really healed from that. Went to Jacksonville, missing a couple steps, and when I was running and breaking, so wasn't at my best and didn't. Sucks that I had to go there. Not being 100, and I still tried to go out there and fight through it, and then my knee just kind of just gave out on me. So it was kind of a sign for me to kind of reset, get my body back right, and come back healthy and be that Gabe I know I can be. So.
Well, I know the Gabe that you can be, and I'm glad you're back to yourself because you have such a big impact. I cannot overstate this to any fan base that might be inheriting your services. Like since you came into the league in 2020, take a look at this. You lead, I don't know, do you know this? You lead the NFL with 16.2 yards per catch since 2020, more than Justin Jefferson, more than AJ Brown. What is the key to making the most of every opportunity when the ball comes your way, Gabe?
Um, I think for me, I was just again being that deep ball threat. There's a lot of less opportunities, in a game when it comes to that. But when it does happen, you can make it big. And I mean, a lot of that is credit to Josh having such a strong arm. I mean, I have so many great games with him where I had 171 with Steelers. I had 200 something with KC. I had that 98-yard touchdown. I've had a lot of big plays by 17, and that's what kind of kept me up there for so long with all those other guys. But a lot of those other guys are running a lot of more different routes than me. So they got a lot of underneath and intermediate more than I do. They have more
Yeah.
receptions than I do. So, that number is a little different, but I know that I trust that I can come back to the league and do the same thing and have 16 to 18 and 19 yards per catch, and that's my game, and that's what I plan to do when I get back on a team.
I mean, yeah, you're not one of these small track star guys. You are 6'2", you are 225. You are coming to an NFL team near you. You keep mentioning 17, MVP 17, married now 17. Were you at the wedding? Somebody told me.
Yeah, I was at the wedding. I would hope I'd be at the wedding. Me and
I don't know.
him spent 4 years together. You know what I mean? Like that was my quarterback. That was my guy for the longest. So I was there. That was awesome to see all the boys. I built a lot of big relationships out there in Buffalo. I was there for 4 years. We did a lot of special things together. So, you know, that was a good time. It's a good time to
Would you
go see.
welcome a return there, or has that run its course?
Um, Listen, I'm open to whatever I feel like is the best option. If Buffalo is that best option, obviously, I will take it. So that's definitely something that I will do. And
Mhm.
I know the system very well. I know the guys very well, and I feel like I can contribute big there, like I have in the past. So Buffalo's definitely could be a team that I end up being on. We'll see. I don't know.
We don't know. We're just getting set for it. I'm excited to sort of bat around these options for you. You're only 26. Like it's all ahead of you. You have so much. It's wild what you've done.
I
Um,
know I'm 26, and people, when I haven't been on a team, people are like, "Are you still gonna be in the NFL?" And I'm like, "Damn, like, yeah, I'm gonna still be there. Like, I got a long time still playing, so I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. Don't worry. Like, they see me not in training camp and stuff. They're like, "Is this guy done playing in the NFL?" I'm like, "Nah, I got so much more years left in the game. I love this game, and
100%. And I
yeah,
think
it's
I'm really intrigued. Can I tell you the team that intrigues me a lot? I mean, that Russell Wilson vibe is great. And I imagine Dable's just the coolest, right? Like he's cool.
Oh yeah, Dave's the man.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think Dave's was the OC. When I was doing all that, doing
Yes.
some big shit. So
Yes.
Dave's is
Of course.
definitely, you know, a um a big part of a reason why I had success.
Would you, can you tell me a little bit about your Niners whatever that was, a phone call. What was it? A phone call, a Zoom, a visit, whatever. I am intrigued by you there. And let me tell you why before you answer. It's a contender. I'd like to see you on a certified contender. It's sort of why I'm asking about the Bills and that
Mhm.
door being open. I think that they've got some receiver questions. And I'd like to see you in Shanahan's system, frankly. And I'd like to see you take the comeback player of the year award away from Christian McCaffrey, your teammate in
Oh,
2025, potentially.
yeah.
How was your visit?
I went on a visit there. It was awesome. I have a lot of teammates from UCF, and previous players like Mac Jones and Isaiah Hodgins that were there. So definitely a team that I'm interested in for sure. San Fran is a nice spot. It's a great team with great players. Talked to Christian, talked to Greg and all them, and I met George, and I talked to a lot of the people out there, and it's awesome. San Fran's definitely a spot that I'm looking at. And, uh, Shanahan's the man. He knows how to call an offense right, and they just got a lot of great weapons around there. So.
They need a deep ball threat. All I'm saying, it's easy math for me. I'm no coordinator, but
Hey man, listen, I give props to those guys. Those guys been making some plays. Jennings was making hella plays when he had to. It was awesome to watch. And Ayuk's a stud. He's a true number one player, and got a lot of respect for his game. So
Mhm.
definitely a team that interests me because I like to be around great players like that. It's definitely a great opportunity.
Defenders creeping up. You would crush it. Play action off Christian McCaffrey. I just think it'd be pretty cool. And it sounds like you like the culture there. You like that room.
Yeah, I mean, you just go to San Fran and just you feel the culture, you feel the history of football, in the building, and it's awesome to see. You don't get that a lot of places. So definitely was a different experience for me to go out and see all these new teams and see the facilities, and it's just it's all the same, but it's just so different at the same time. So it was definitely a great opportunity.
When you are after this injury happened late in the season, looking like it kind of gives you different perspective, right? Like you look at things maybe through a different lens because things slow down, and I can't imagine anything like takes a beat when you're in the season. Do you like see the game a little bit differently? Have you? I feel like I've heard like lots of players say that the Saquons and all that coming off injuries. Like, are you have you reflected on just your relationship with the NFL? What's important? Has anything like changed or evolved? Did things slow down?
I think just for me going through this injury, I've never been through a big injury like this. Um, and honestly, what helped me the most get through it is my brother's had four. He had five surgeries. He had four on his
Mm,
knees and one on his Achilles, and he's still now he chose to fight and take that path, and the resilience and the grit that he has just motivates me each and every day. Like, he grew up looking up to me his whole life, and now I just look up to him. Like, he makes me so proud, the man that he is. It's just awesome to watch, and he motivates me every single day to get better and better at what I do because it's hard when you get injured. You start to question your ability if you're ever going to get back to 100. But now that I've been moving around and doing what I'm doing, I feel so much better and know I'm going to be ready to play this year.
mm-hmm.
But I don't, and the NFL is a business. I learned that. I learned that pretty quick, and but it's benefited me in the best way, and I can't do anything but thank God for that. A lot of guys wish they had the opportunities that I had, and um, the success I've had. So I can't say anything but to be blessed to be in the opportunity that I'm in. It
And
is
it,
what it is.
yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of gratitude. You said that you've played with a couple of great quarterbacks, obviously Josh, who just won this MVP, and you mentioned Trevor Lawrence there. How would you describe sort of that dynamic? You were facing a lot of adversity. Both of you were both injured. Things are totally different now, but just your relationship with Trevor, what's that dynamic?
It's good, man. Trevor's just he's a hard worker. He's a great guy, great father, great husband. I mean, there's nothing you can really say bad about Trevor. If someone comes to me and says something bad about Trevor, I lose respect for that person just because Trevor is literally the golden child, and he treated me so right, and the short life we had lived together was great, and I will always love and respect Trevor, and defend Trevor whenever it comes to you know the things that are said from time to time,
Mm.
because no one understands the work that he puts in, the sacrifice that he puts in, the love that he has for the game. And I just so glad I got to be a part of that, his football life for a little bit, because you just you just see it from a whole different lens, and you start to gain just this whole new respect for a person. So nothing
That's
but love for
really,
Trevor.
really beautifully said. So if you were to have a phone call with Travis Hunter and give him advice as a 26-year-old to a 20-something-year-old, how would
Mhm.
you steer him to build the best relationship with Trevor these next weeks?
I would just for him, I would just say to ask questions, see what Trevor likes and doesn't like. I would tell Travis just to be himself. He doesn't have to be anybody that he's not. And I would say just ignore the noise and keep pushing. He's a great player, great athlete. I wish nothing but success for the Jaguars in general. I love those guys. Those guys always treated me right. And to see a kid as talented as him, I wish nothing but success for that kid. I mean, he's got a lot of pressure on him right now, and I'm constantly seeing him on social media, and it's like he doesn't do anything but his job, and
Yeah.
the talk and some of the scrutiny he goes through consistently is just a little overboard, and people have to realize that this kid's probably what 20, 21 years old. Like he's just trying to figure himself out in this league, and he's gonna make a statement this year, and I hope he does because he's a good player. He loves football. You can tell he's all ball, all business. He's not doing anything
Mhm.
outside of the game that is questionable. And I got nothing but respect for that kid because he's a worker. So yeah, you
Gabe,
can
I don't
see
know
it.
where you're playing. Gabe Davis coming to a team near you, but I do think I'm going to manifest this right now. Comeback player of the year vibes are what we're setting the table for. I'm feeling it. I'm hearing it. Good luck. Congrats on feeling closer to 100% than you were a couple of months ago and every day. And just cannot wait to see you back making these catches.
Yeah, thanks, Kay. I appreciate you.
And like a veteran presence in the locker room, which is crazy to think about, even though you're only 26 and people need to remember that. Love you, Gabe. We'll be back
Yeah,
tomorrow.
love you too. I see you.